Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another exciting evening of 10 Dead Rats. Yeah? Anybody else?
Oh, we were still doing bits. I didn't realize we had gone live. I'm sorry.
We're live!
I was opening my handouts folder. I wasn't ready.
I'll try it again. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of 10 Dead Rats. In fact, our season finale! Woohoo! Season 2 in the can!
Yeah, very special episode. Holiday
right.
Get out of here, season 2.
Yeah.
Dead.
Gonna learn some things.
Not quite.
Yeah.
It's still kicking for 2 additional hours.
There you go. All right, so so that's the big announcement, of course, is that this is our last episode for 2020. Then we'll go on a little break and recharge our batteries and get ready for season 3.
Oh man,
crazy!
Woo!
Yeah.
Season 3 is where I think we introduce a new character, try to freshen things up a little.
That's right. We'll be inviting a preteen or teenager onto the show.
Yeah.
They will be really they will really kick things up.
Yeah. We'll have a lot of child-focused plot lines.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Yeah.
That's the idea.
That's all that you have to stop swearing and drinking.
Oh my goodness. All right. So that's about it. Likewise, like the whole Wandering DMs channel goes dark for a couple of weeks there. So this Sunday will be the last, also the season finale of the Wandering DM show, and we're doing something pretty special, a little interesting surprise for everybody. So check that out. You might see some familiar faces. Anything else? I don't think so. So let's get going into the season finale of season 2 of 10 Dead Rats.
I never really look at myself in the regular stream, but
Here we are again, somehow live.
It just keeps happening.
Yeah, somehow. I stare
What,
at
are we streaming this?
Believe it or not. All right, so last episode of 10 Dead Rats, the group had arrived in the town of Witgendorf, where Yeffy and Sergei decided to stay in town to establish a base of operations and generally scope out the village, while Mina, Bruno, and Indigo journeyed into the woods to try and find the bandit camp and their contact Blicktrand there. Unfortunately, they were waylaid in the woods by a group of disgusting beastmen. And after a very close fight, they met up with one of the bandits who managed to arrive to help them out just at the end. They proceeded on to the bandit camp where they met Ingrid and Blicktrand and various other bandits. Discussed the bandits' plight and their desire to take down the von Wittgensteins and perhaps pledge themselves to help in some fashion. And then,
great. That worked out well.
Yeah. And then, furthermore, had some quiet aside conversations with Blicktrand and paid Blicktrand a substantial chunk of cash to help them coordinate an assault on the home of Dr. Rousseaux. So, we will start the next after spending the evening at the camp. The next morning, 2 bandits, Hilda and Blicktrand, lead Mina, Indigo, and Bruno back along the trail safely. The forest is still as disturbing as it was before, dark and looming and ominous, full of strange fungal growths, and you swear odd images of faces here and there. The bandits keep up a quick pace in the early morning light to finally emerge into town. Bruno and Mina and Indigo, you find yourselves with Hilda and Blicktrand at the lip of the forest where you first entered it, looking out at the sleepy village of Witgendorf.
Now, the place they were staying was nice. The forest was not all mutated and weird, right?
That's right. There was a small area, a small clearing where they had their camp that was that you were told by Ingrid was protected by the goddess Rhea.
Okay.
Right. That was actually pleasant, but it didn't take long before heading into the forest to see some of the more unusual effects of what you assume to be chaos.
Yeah, this course was great.
I don't remember a lot of what happened last night, but I'm glad we're out of the forest.
Yeah. Now we get to go to the terrible town.
Yeah.
Now what were we? Is this the assault? Are we doing it? Is that because we don't have that many people for an assault?
No.
Okay.
We're meeting up with Sergey and Yeffy in town, and then we're gonna rob that doctor guy, and then we're gonna assault the castle.
And then we're gonna assault the castle. Okay, great, great.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Also, no big rush on this, Bruno, because I know you were really busy last night. But I'm down to 3 hit points, so if you could just on the way, maybe bandage my bleeding
I could take a look at that. It seems like probably you don't want to die or anything, so I'll.
Yeah, I got this wound very heroically by being stabbed by my own spell,
that was pretty cool. I did like that.
I'm happy to assume that Bruno spent a little time tending Mina's wounds the night before.
Okay.
But Bruno, go ahead and make the roll.
18.
Okay, great. That let's see. What did I say? That's gonna do 2d6.
Oh my god!
Wow, it's actually 20. It's my level plus my intelligence.
You got a 20.
Holy shit! Yeah, damn.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at this now.
You are pretty good at this now.
I took Bruno surprises himself. Like, hey, I know what's going on here.
You are actually somewhat of a talented surgeon at this point. I'm sorry. There we go. So, and in fact, I was off by the bonus. So it's actually with a 20 total, you will restore 3d6 plus 3, which is probably way more than Mina can possibly be healed.
Absolutely. I actually think no matter what you roll, I will be back to full because my full is 9.
Now that actually is true. You're right. Yes. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
So enjoy. Oh yeah. Here you go. I could have brought you back from the dead, even I'm dead here.
Incredible. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. All right.
You're so handy to have around.
Excellent.
Thank you. Man, it's so nice to be appreciated once in a while around here in Indigo.
What?
Mr. would be dead if I weren't here.
Same to you, buddy.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
So Hilda turns to you, Indigo, and says, "So your friends, they will be in the inn, yes? You think?"
Probably, yeah.
Okay, we'll go there. We'll go there. I have some connections there. I will check in with. So let's go. And she leads you into the village. So as you come into the village, you can see mostly fairly small dwellings, mostly pretty poor space. Occasionally you see a villager roaming around. The villagers all seem a little emaciated, very poorly dressed. It just does not look pleasant at all. Couple of buildings jump out at you as being interesting. There is the inn itself, which appears to be called the Shooting Star, which is a fairly nice-sized, large stone building. You can also see near the edge of town looks to be an old temple of Sigmar, which looks very dilapidated, looks untended and filled with weeds and vines and whatnot. And then, of course, up the hill, you can see the huge castle looming over its cliff, like a vulture looking down upon the village.
Lightning crashes.
Exactly.
Are the villagers like out and about?
There are a couple. In fact, Bruno, as you look around to see what the villagers are doing, and again, it is pretty early in the morning. You made a very early start this morning. You do see you do see a couple of villagers run down the road, and you lean around a building to see what's going on. And there's about 8 villagers. Some of them hobbling on crutches, one in like a little like wheelbarrow pushing, just dragging himself along, and it appears that they're chasing a sheep. And you'd swear, Bruno, as you see them race down a road, that the sheep maybe has 2 heads.
I'm more interested in mutant people than mutant sheep. I should. My new personal ambition is to figure out what exactly is happening to the villagers here. By the way,
great.
They didn't update that last time.
Drugs and the chaos.
In detail, in scientific detail.
Okay.
That's my scientific edition.
Yeah.
So you.
There's a tavern in this town.
Yeah, there's an inn, the Shooting Star Inn, which Hilda and Blicktrand lead you to. You head inside. It looks not great. It's clean, at least, although it looks pretty meager. You can see a couple of tables, and really no one down here at all, except for in one corner you see a small table, and seated at that table are Yeffy and Sergey, and they look up at the door as you come in.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Nice.
Come on.
Hey,
Nice
Hey,
night.
hi.
Hey.
Hi. How's
Did you bring anything?
what?
We killed a chicken.
Trauma.
Oh,
Killed a chicken.
How many heads do
Had
you think it had?
3 legs. 3 legs, 1
Oh,
head.
3 legs. Normal amount of heads.
Choked it to
Okay.
death. Yeah, we had to convince a guy. He was kind of leery about it, but then we finally got it. I've only had a chicken, everyone. Only a chicken. We need to get out of this town. We need to get out of here. We need to figure out what this drug is, and we need to get it into our boat, and we need to get out of here. Either that, or we need to level that castle, because this place is nuts. All right, they murdered somebody, or somebody got murdered. There was some kind of mysterious, weird murder that happened, some kind of accident that happened to the local pantheon guy with the Sigmar temple, which we used all the vines and stuff. They're super creepy. Yeah, the conspiracy theories are abound. I asked for lamb chops. Everybody ran out of the building. They've been chasing a sheep all morning. I think it has 2 or 3 heads. I'm not even sure. I'm starved though, and I want to eat that sheep, but I don't want to eat it.
Have you had some of the Narok Yeffy?
No. Yeah, I think they call it. There's like a specific term for the ones they're selling in the village, which I have forgotten. Yes. Yeah. Don't.
What is
do
rot
that one. That's the version that the doctor is selling to the villagers.
Oh, the Narok. Yeah.
No,
Right?
it's
You
different.
feel like you're kind of having a rot gut paranoia here. Although that sheep did have 2 heads, so.
That sheep did have 2 heads. Yes, correct.
But how
This
meaty
village
was it?
sucks.
It didn't look good. I mean, it didn't look great.
That's a. Okay, don't do drugs, children. That's important. Yeah, the apothecaries are holed up in a really nice house. It's 2 stories. People, they go over there, they go in, they'll come out shortly with a bottle of wine. You know what I mean? Like, no one lives in that house. No one lives in that house, but everybody knows that house.
Does his stuff.
That's at least what I read. What?
I'm beginning to feel sort of I don't know, this weird twinge when I think about collecting this and selling it to other people. I don't know what, it makes me feel a little sick. I don't know what that's about. Maybe I breathed in some of the road. Maybe it's just kind of in the air here, but
I think it's called.
You should
conscious.
meditate on that, Bruno. You should think about that deeply.
yeah, I feel like it can probably be medicated, but I don't know. Maybe I just need some, little painkiller here, but Anyway, we should get this over with before we all start feeling too bad about it.
So
For sure.
Blicktrand comes over to your table now. So Hilda seems to still be somewhere else. Sergei is still sitting with you, just kind of taking this all in. But Blicktrand comes over and she says, "All right, Hilda is doing some errands in town for the camp, and they expect us back tonight. But I can help. Yeah, and you've paid me well, so whatever your plan is, I can show you. I can show you where Rousseaux keeps his stash."
Yeah, let's see it. Let's get this over with.
So what is the plan, though? Do you wish to just
see where he keeps the stash?
Well, it's in his home.
Right.
We're not just going to walk in there, are we?
That was kind of a...
Yeah.
Does he have
knock on the door?
He has 2 servants, but no real muscle.
Okay.
What if one of us, say, went in a little invisible and just kind of shoveled the stuff into a sack and got out of there real quick? Like, could we distract Rousseau and get one person in sneaky-like?
Yeah.
That way we don't cause a big, hubbub on the off chance that we need to, I don't know, burn this whole place to the ground in the future.
He sees patients and he thinks himself a very important person in town, if that helps.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. The other problem about one person going in, although I think that's a solid plan, love the use of visibility, powerful, is that we need an entire... It's always worked for me, is that we need an entire coffin's worth of drugs. And I think that might be more than one person can sneak out in their backpack.
Well,
so
what if... I have an idea.
Right.
I go in, pretend to be the other guy that looks like me, representing the purple hand.
That always works.
And I say I want an introduction with the Witgensteins, and I heard that this guy had an inn that strokes his ego a little bit, right? Because he's in love with Marguerite. And then I say that you're my retinue or whatever, and then we tie him to a chair, interrogate him, and steal his stuff.
I love this. What could go wrong?
Okay. Yeah. That seems good.
Yeah.
What about his servants?
We also tie them to chairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody gets tied to a chair. Hopefully he has 3 chairs.
Okay.
Yeffy seems unhappy with the plan.
Sounds like a great idea. This is great. I like it.
I have no notes.
What part
I
do
think
I
this is a
get
great
to
plan.
say?
All right.
Sure, we're going to disrupt the drug lord. That's great. Yeah. And we'll take him, we'll tie him to a chair, and then we'll figure out how he makes the drugs, and then we'll change the whole market.
Oh, wait. We should all go in disguise so that he doesn't know. We should put on, like, Indigo's going as Caster, but we should all be someone else. You should know your own name.
That would be important. Yeah. Would we wish to do that, combine 2 plans, and I can make Yeffy invisible, and she can, like, sneak around. Good at sneaking while we do the...
Keep saying that.
You're saying I'm good at sneaking.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bruno's okay at it.
No.
Okay, Bruno, would you like to be invisible instead?
I do. I mean, that does sound fun.
Great.
Okay. I'll be invisible.
Right.
No, wait. Am I being invisible to steal the stuff, or am I just sneaking around seeing what's what? Because I can only maybe get a halfling coffin-sized amount. Yeah.
Bruno, we get in there. We're invisible. Right. We look around. We see where the stuff is. And then when no one else is around us, we move it out. Right? Because once we touch the stuff, we'll become visible again, right? Right? Is that how that works? Or someone opens us, like if we open our mouth, then I'll become invisible? Visible?
I hope it's not
that. Is that the right word?
No, it's like once you
we'd have to punch
fight
somebody
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like You have
confidence.
to be punched. I know exactly how this spell works. Don't worry about it.
Okay, great. Great.
That's canonical. I feel this confident canonically.
So at what point do you tie this person up to a chair and they're not muscle? When does that happen in the plan?
That's like an emergency backup. That's like if you don't sneak out, I hit him in the face and then tie him to a chair.
I see.
This sounds fun. Let's do it.
So
Okay.
we're going to attempt to sneak it all out. Me and Yeffy are going to be invisible. Both of us.
Oh, both of you are going to be invisible. All right, that's easy
Or
for
just
me
one
to
of them.
do.
Okay.
One
Great.
would
Glad
be
to hear.
preferable.
You're like an eye patch on disguise and invisible.
What about this? We have Blicktrund.
Yes? Blicktrund.
Whoever.
The name is Blicktrund.
Blicktrund. We have Blicky here. Wait outside, like by a window. I'll go in invisible to where the stuff is, and I'll like rap 3 times on the window, like dun dun dun, and that will be Blicktrund's sign that I'm going to start just dumping big sacks of rot gut on him. Not on him, just down to him. And then Blicktrund can go and stow it in the woods or something, and then we can get out, nobody will even know.
Well, first of all, I'm a woman. So I'd appreciate you using the correct pronouns.
I'm so sorry. I really, it's just it's the
And
beard
secondly,
and it's so dirty, and I don't remember anything about meeting you last night, honestly.
Listen, little man. The other thing to remember is that I'm the only one who knows the way into the secret room where the stuff is kept. So you're going to have to bring me with you.
I see. You didn't mention that there was.
Second floor.
Does Rousseau know what you look like?
What's that?
Blicktrund? Does Rousseau know what you look like? Has he ever met you?
He doesn't know. He might know that I used to live in the village. He might know that I associate with Ingrid, but we don't know each other personally.
That's
Okay,
still a lot of knowing.
It's yes.
How about
Well,
you're the one who brought Indigo's doppelganger
Caster.
here. Caster. So
very good.
You
Yes.
told Caster about Rousseau, who comes here to talk to Rousseau, and then let's just do we're part of the whole thing without the invisibility, because now I'm getting kind of anxious about the invisibility. I'm having anxiety, like visibility anxiety performance issues, and I feel like maybe we could just focus on the one.
Now,
Okay,
is
well,
that
like
going
Bruno
to
and I
affect your ability to cast the spell? Or,
I don't know. I just feel like this was a great plan, and we had no notes, and then we put a lot of notes in it, and now it's gotten more
That's true.
complicated.
See, this is why we should just, once we have something down, we should just go and do it and not think about it too much.
I agree.
That I think.
I agree.
Okay. Well, see, now I don't know what we're doing though. Now it feels
I was going to
like.
say.
Yeah. See, now I'm not sure what the plan is anymore.
I'm gonna go put my
Okay.
nice shoes on.
That's good
Okay.
start. Caster Lieberung, Herr Lieberung to us peasants is going to go dress up in his fancy clothes.
Excellent. Well, let's just look at this one more time this season to remind ourselves.
That's what
Yeah.
Excellent.
So good.
Incredible.
So Caster Lieberung gets all dudded up. Very good.
Great.
So far, what I've heard as the plan is that Caster Lieberung and his small entourage are going to come to the local drug dealer to get an audience with the von Wittgensteins, who the drug dealer may want to also be in the goods with, though probably is already trying to feed drugs to the locals to make them have 5 heads, but whatever, that's besides the point. And then a small bit of us, I was going to use a bigger word than that, but I realize I'm dumb, so I can't. So another group of us, like probably Bruno and I, are going to go around Bridget?
Blicktrund.
Richmond. Oh, that's a lovely
Blicktrund.
name. That's so great. Are you related to any dwarves? Because that sounds dwarven. Moving on. You're going to come with us? Fine. Hey,
Fine.
don't get offended.
Yes. Okay.
I'm a dwarf. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. We're going to go
Yes.
and sneak in the back. There's a back, right? Or like go to the second floor. What floor is the stash on?
What you've seen, Yeffy, from looking at the building, because you've kind of cased it a little bit. It's in fact actually here. So it's a 2-story building. Nice. You can see that fair windows all around. It's kind of a nice timber built building. Along the back of the building, there is like a garden behind it, like a backyard, which is enclosed in a 5-foot tall fence that attaches, connects to the building itself, and then circles around the back. There appears from what you've seen over the top of the fence, you can see that there's a little roof back there. There's some kind of shed or outbuilding back there, and you've seen some little bits of smoke rising from it. And there's a gate in that fence, and that's where you've seen the villagers going in and out. Is on the back side of the building through that fence. You've not seen anybody approach the front, which we're looking at now.
It seems easiest to just have someone be invisible to do the sneaking, then.
Okay.
What if one person... Okay, so what about this? Nobody goes in the front. We all go in the back, one of us being invisible with our whole backstory thing. The invisible person goes to the front and unlocks the front door. Blichtrand comes around, walks into the front door, and shows us where the secret room is, and then while Rousseaux is distracted, we'll carry it out the front door. They'll never see that coming.
Sure.
And we'll hold it off back here where where Sergei will wait and let us know when we have a full coffin's worth.
How about this? Invisibility lasts 1 week. So I'm just going to cast it. And either it will work, and we will do this plan, or it won't, and we won't.
Great. Okay, let me just make sure I know where my belt buckle is, and hang on, okay, my hat's on. Okay, I won't be able to see myself. I'm worried.
All right.
Okay,
you
let
ready?
me just look in the mirror real quick.
Ready,
I want to make sure I look good in case I turn visible suddenly. Okay.
Okay. I rolled a 2, so that didn't work at all.
Am I invisible? Did it work? Am I... Anybody see me?
No.
Wow, I'm invisible.
I'm just going to try it. One more time.
Okay,
I got it this time.
Mina, take it. There's no reason to be anxious about it. Seems like you're having some spellcasting anxiety, and there's no reason. I know. Look, I've seen you cast the spell, and it blasted yourself, and you accidentally turned a bunch of weird stuff into this. But I'm not worried about any of that. I'm not afraid of any of that, and you shouldn't be either. I'm a little nervous
remember
now.
When I did that beer stein invisible? That was funny.
I do remember that. Yeah, that was funny. Okay. Okay, I'm feeling a little more nervous now, actually, so let's get this over with.
All right, I'm manifesting this. I'm manifesting Bruno being invisible. All right, okay. That is a 4, which does not, if I recall, the new version does not work either.
Correct.
Great.
Okay, so at this point, Mina's tried a couple of times to turn Bruno invisible. You're sitting here in the first into the common room of the inn, and you look around now and you realize that there's a couple of villagers have come in at some point and sat down at a table, and the landlord is standing over at the doorway, and you notice that they're all just kind of staring at you, and there's a tense moment where you're like, oh, maybe this was a bad choice, and then suddenly the stillness is broken as the front door bangs open, and 3 men in full plate armor come striding confidently into the tavern and walk up. You see that the landlord just sort of bolts upright and immediately starts getting out some mugs and starts filling them with beer. And you can see these 3 men look very similar to the men that you saw in the company of the lady when you first arrived. And one of them says something kind of unintelligible to one of the villagers, who just kind of scurries out of the way, kind of echoey, and because he's got the full helm on with the faceplate and everything. Can't see his face at all. And as they walk past your table, you smell a kind of a like really rank BO smell coming off of them.
This would be a nice time to be invisible.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, this inn sucks. This town sucks.
Yep.
Let's just. Yep. Okay. Bye, town.
I think we all try to leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody just kind of gets up from the table, shuffles away out the front door. Very good. You find yourselves in the streets of Witgendorf.
Okay, that was scary. Apparently they don't have
guess-
baths here either.
I mean, like, I didn't smell like a Telka.
That's true.
Oh, speaking of which, there we go.
Oh my god, no, stop doing that.
I like
That
it
is
now.
atrocious.
I'm coming to come to it grows on you a little bit.
It does not. It does not. It
It
literally does not.
And I try to spritz a whole spritz just into my bag where the rat is. Yep, smells good. Yeah, I like it. All right, so let's go find a more secluded spot and finish this invisibility spell, which takes a long time to cast, apparently.
No, she can't cast it on you now.
Why not?
You stink.
It's magic, Yeffy. It makes spells invisible too, obviously. But
does
it's
not.
magic.
I have changed my mind.
What?
Yeffy, would you like to be invisible instead?
What?
Sure.
Rito, you've
Will I be able to see my
No, I can feel them. It's really fun. I promise.
Okay. Sure.
I won't mess up with you at all.
Nervous.
Promise. I put my arm around Yeffy. Number 3. That was the warm up.
Are you sure you are a wizard? I'm not feeling very confident about this job anymore. You see, Blichtrin starts like feeling her pouch, make sure the 10 crowns are still there.
We can do this without magic. We can do this without magic. We've got Casted Leaf around. We've got the non-cookie salesmen. We've got a lot at our arsenal to deal with. Like, we can sneak in there. We broke into several different places without the use of magic.
All right.
Yeah.
Clearly,
Nothing that-
One more time? Just one more time? I promise I can do it this time. I promise. That's a fucking 5, though.
very excited for having done your job.
It takes 4 tries. Great wizard. Best wizard in town. Yeffy, you are invisible. Ta-da!
Wow. See, it works. Great.
First try.
Okay.
Wow.
First,
I still-
the first
talk.
sort of.
You can still
Yeah,
talk.
we can hear you.
Okay, great.
Okay,
I'm invisible.
so yeah,
Okay.
I'm feeling a little bit like I non-consensually made you invisible, but
You know.
I hope all is fine.
Yeffy, you look great. And let's go.
Dwarves love
I
magic. This isn't like an elven spell, is it?
No.
Good.
No. I don't know.
Great. Ow!
Making your way,
I like
as you have this discussion, you make your way through the streets of Witgendorf, and Blichtrin eventually leads you to the building, Yeffy, that you've seen before. Now, I believe at this point you said you've left Sergei behind. Sergei is waiting at the tavern. Is that right? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Okay.
It might be useful for us to have him outside to also grab the drugs.
So the 5 of you arrive at the building. So this is the general floor plan of the ground floor. You can see the front doors at the bottom. That at the top is the fence enclosing the yard across the back. What
Now,
do you do?
is that at the very top of the map? That door is the back door, or is it on the right?
The very top is the gate through the fence that leads into the yard.
Okay.
So the upper left space would be the outbuilding.
I
And
see.
then-
Okay. Great.
Yeah, and you would cross through the yard to get to the actual back door of the building itself.
Okay, so there's a bunch of doors leading to the outside.
Yeah.
Just really the two. Just really the two. There are windows maybe that you're looking at.
Oh, those are windows.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Those are not doors.
Let's go through the gate, I guess.
Yeah, through the back.
Staying close to you.
What?
Okay.
I'm staying close to you.
So the group of you head around the back, and as you come around the back, you can see there is standing by the gate, there is a group of like 3 villagers. They look bedraggled, emaciated, they're sunken-eyed. One of them is on crutches, and they're just standing there at the gate. And they look in your direction as you approach.
Important person coming through.
Yeah, I'll sort of square up and do my caster walk, and I'll just walk up, ignore them, and knock on the gate.
Okay, great. They immediately retreat as you approach. They kind of shuffle away and get out of the way. And as you rap on the gate swings open, and you can see a kind of a hunched back man in long black tunic pushing the gate open, and he's kind of got one lazy eye that's kind of pointed in a weird direction, but the other eye looks at you, Indigo, and he says, "Oh, yes, come for medicine." And you can see just beyond him opens up into this yard, which looks fairly empty. Just kind of dirt and scrabbly. There is a small building to your right that you can see. There's a little chimney on, a little bit of smoke coming out, and then across the yard there's the back door leading into the main house.
I'm here to see Herr Dr. Rousseau.
Ooh, the appointments go to front.
Oh.
This for medicine.
Oh,
Well, can't you go get him and have him back here?
Roll me a
Or I can
fellowship
walk through
test,
the
Indigo.
Great.
I'll give you a +2 for being wearing imperious-looking commanding clothing.
Yeah.
These people are clearly terrified of rich people. So
18.
18.
nice.
Fine. He turns around and he saunters, kind of lopes across the backyard, opens up the back door and walks into the building, leaving the gate
Hey, do you want me
open.
to go to that hut? Do you want me to scurry over to that hut? Do you want me to scurry over to the hut? The ship? Okay, I'm going.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Suss it out. That's a great
I'm
plan.
going now.
All right,
scurried.
Yeffy, you scurry Yeffy over to the outbuilding. Great.
And we never see Yeffy again.
No, we'll see her in a week.
You push open the door just a little bit and slide inside. You can see it's just a single room, like a shed, basically. But the interior is dominated by a huge apparatus that looks like something to do with brewing or perhaps some kind of like homemade still. It's bubbling and steam is coming off of it, and you can see it's got a pipe that leads up to the roof, which you assume is what's giving off a little bit of smoke of the chimney up front. And then on your left, that whole wall on your left is lined with shelves which contain bottle after bottle of some kind of blue liquid.
Okay.
Oh, no.
That's not happening.
And in a corner, in the back right corner, you can just see a heap of empty bottles just all kind of piled up.
Gross.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anyone else in here?
There's not.
I'm going to creep inside, and the first available bottle, I will take my little hand and scoop it into my cloak.
Okay. It remains visible.
Look down to Damn it! Damn it! Wizard lie!
Even if you hide it behind the cloak.
Yes. If it was not on your person...
in an invisible box. Oh, it needs to be in it already.
If it was not on your person
Right.
when you cast
I
the
will-
spell, it remains visible.
There's no one in here, so I'll
I know.
just pick up the bottle and I'll be like, She'll pick it up and be like, I'm a floating bottle. And
Excellent.
then she'll take it and she'll roll it outside towards the back gate.
Okay. So
into a bush.
Everyone else sees the door kind of open a little bit, and a bottle comes rolling out of the front. roll.
Yeah. Scurry. Hey, wizard! Mina. Nothing I touch is invisible. It's just me.
That's
just.
I knew that. So it's still really useful, though, right?
I try to scoop the bottle into my bag surreptitiously.
Okay. You easily do that. Grab up the bottle, shove it into your bag. As you do so, the five of you standing there in the yard now see the back door of the house open again, and emerging out of the door is a tiny, shriveled old woman, and kind of looming behind her is that guy who originally opened the gate. But you can see she's got her hair is gray and pulled back in a tight, high bun. She's got tiny little spectacles on. She's leaning on a cane, and she looks at you and she says, "Hey, why did you come to the back if you have an appointment?"
Is that Rousseaux?
I do not have an appointment, but these. This is what I saw, that the people in the town went to the back to see Dr. Rousseaux. I am here to see the doctor. Are you them?
What? No.
Well, I would like to speak with Dr. Rousseau, not whoever
come
you are.
with me, then. Follow me.
Good.
She starts walking back into the house.
I'll follow her.
This is the muscle. Okay. We could take these people.
Right. Yeah, right. I'm feeling good about the tying people to shares plan now. It's looking way easier.
Okay, so you come back into the back of that long hall in the center of the house, and she walks you all the way along that hall towards the front foyer that appears to be just behind the main door to the back to the outside to the front of the house. There's a small wooden bench there, but she sort of turns to the right there and pushes open the door to the room there in the bottom left corner of our map. Pushes open that door, and you can see within that there is what appears to be like a doctor's office. There is a desk and a couple chairs. In the corner is a metal cage hanging from the ceiling, which contains a skeleton. There is there's a bench. There is hanging on the wall behind the desk. There appears to be some kind of parchment framed with writing on it, and big fancy seal and signature. And she pushes open the door and she says, "Wait within.
Okay.
The doctor will see you when he is ready."
I'll walk in.
Okay.
Yeah, same. And I loudly state, "We're all going into this room now."
Good.
I'm not
What?
going in the room.
Speak up.
Never mind.
All four of us are going into this room.
Yeah. Lictrin shuffles in as well.
Lictrin, what floor is the secret on? Again?
So as she like holds up her finger as the door shuts, and you all kind of hear the hobbling sound of the little old woman kind of working away. The five of you now all standing around in this strange room.
No.
No, is Yeffy not in there?
No, only four of them stayed in that room.
Sorry, where are you, Yeffy?
I stayed behind. I'm up against the wall.
In the foyer? Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. So Lictrin, no. She points to the door to the north. She's through there, through the study.
Oh, okay. 1 second. I pull out my notebook and I note down must get skeleton and cage for doctor's office.
Excellent.
So they've put us in the room adjacent to the room where the stuff is?
Well, no, it's through there. It's through the study. Come on, I'll show you. Shall we just go?
Well, yes. Maybe some of us should stay behind.
I'll wait here.
Okay.
I don't know that. Maybe
And I opened the door that we just went through.
Excellent.
And comically peer out. Yeah.
Don't tell me where I was going.
We forgot to figure that part out.
Get in!
Yeah, you did. Oh my
Get
god.
in. Are you in? Sorry, that was my doorbell.
Yeah, I was like, what?
That's a hell of a doorbell.
Bird.
Right?
Hell of a doorbell.
Are you in, Yeffy? Are you?
Yes. Yes, I'm
You're
right
in the
here,
room.
right next to you. I'm right next to
Well,
you.
you're invisible. I don't know if you forgot.
Should we try and open the door to the study? See if that works.
Okay, Mina, you head over and you open the door into the study?
Yes.
Is that what you're telling me?
Sure.
Yeah, okay, great.
Sure.
You push open the door. It opens easily, not a problem. You can see the room beyond looks has a couple of easy chairs, a settee, a bureau, and you can see there's a little sideboard with what appears to be a bottle of some kind of liquor and a couple of glasses. In the corner to the right, the sort of piece of wall that juts in that makes the room somewhat L-shaped is got a large bookcases on it.
Wow. This guy's got it made. Yeah. Okay, what's the deal, Bertrand? Where do we go now?
So Bertrand, where is it?
Come. She heads into the study and starts poking around at the bookcase. It's here. It's one of these. Wait, she pulls on one of the books, and a whole section of bookcase slides open, revealing a staircase leading down. It's down there.
Wow. Okay, some of us should stay up here and keep the rooms up.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a floating glass in the air. Liquor.
Okay, maybe Indigo stay up here, and Mina and Yeffy and Blichtern go downstairs and check it out.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give a... I hope that the liquid kind of just ceases to appear.
Kind of dissolves, slowly incorporating into the essence of Yeffy and becoming invisible. Yeah. Okay, sorry. So who's going down the stairs?
Bruno, you said you were staying up, right? And the rest of us are going down. Or Bruno and Indigo are staying up, and Yeffy and I are going down. Yeah.
I don't care. Just some of us should stay up, I think.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Especially because I have a fellowship score of -1, so I probably am not going to be very good at talking to people.
You just need to be more confident. Okay, get out of here.
I can do it.
I'll creep down first. Okay? Because I'm invisible.
Right.
And slightly drunk. Okay, let's go.
Excellent. Yeffy, you start
The only way to be invisible.
skulking your way slowly down the stairs with the rest of the group waiting a few moments for you to pass before heading as well. Who's actually actively staying? Who's actually staying on the ground floor? Indigo. Very good. Indigo and Bruno. Okay, great. So Indigo and Bruno, are you in the study or are you in the office?
I'll wait in the office.
Yeah, I guess we go to the office.
Okay, so you head back into the office, and do you close the door to the study or do you leave it open?
Shut it.
We should close it, yeah.
Very good. Very good. Okay, so you're back in the office. Again, there's chairs and a bench and the cage of the skeleton, desk with various writing implements and whatnot on it, and framed-looking thing on the wall. As Yeffy, as you sneak down the stairs into the cellar, You can hear some movement about Yeffy, and as you come down the stair and kind of peer around the corner into the main room of the cellar, you can see the rickety wooden steps lead into a fairly broad, just kind of dug from the earth space. The ceiling is low. The smell of dirt is heavy in the air. You can see there's also though an underlying stench of decay or rot. And as you look around, you can see on the far wall is a large table, and there's something large and black and slightly undulating and moving on top of that table. And to the right, there is a second table, which you can see seems to contain, or maybe perhaps just a bench that contains a variety of glass vials and bottles and whatnot on it.
Where are the drugs?
It's right through the doorway, probably.
Okay.
That's normal.
This is good. This is
What
good
do you do,
and normal.
Yeffy? Yeah, Yeffy. So only Yeffy has seen this so far because Yeffy was in the lead,
okay.
kind of sneaking down the stairs. Yeffy, what do you do?
I'm going to slightly creep back, a few steps back up, and I'm like, there's a thing on a table. It moves. I'm going to go down. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Okay. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if it's alive, but it's moving.
Oh my god.
So it's probably... Yeah.
Is there usually
I don't know.
alive on this table?
Come on down. Let's go check it out.
Is this a normal aspect of your stealing drugs enterprise?
What?
Oh.
No, I've not actually been down here.
Oh.
I just know this is where he keeps it.
You said you grabbed a couple sometimes.
Yes, some of the bottles from the from the still in the back. I've stolen. Yes.
Oh, the blue bottles.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, and the things that the raw ingredients sometimes when the loutish man brings the materials back there for creation. Sometimes I've stolen some of those. That's the good stuff. That's what Nortrand wants. I know it comes up from the cellar, and I knew of the secret entrance to the cellar, but I've not actually seen it.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
of course.
So bad.
5 gold says we're gonna go downstairs, and there's just gonna be 100 corpses stacked on top of each other, growing fungus, and gonna cut the fungus off. That's gonna. I'm so sorry.
I see this opportunity as an opportunity for growth of fungus on dead bodies. I'm going. I'm going to. This is where Evie's going to see me back. And she's going to sit over the wall, away from the undulating fungus body cube. Probably we're going to call it a fungus cube. And we don't know. And I might go a little. She might go a little closer just to check it out. Are there cuttings?
Excellent. So you make your Yeffy, you make your way carefully through the basement. You can see to your right the bench. Now you can see clearly has some other implements on it. Now as you get closer, in addition to the vials and bottles, you can see that there is a set of scales and. There's a large jug actually under the bench, a big stopper jug, and there's a length of rubber tubing coiled around it. And that catches your eye for a moment, but then suddenly there's this loud buzzing sound, and you look back at the table, and you can see the mound on top of it suddenly kind of almost explodes, and you realize it's a huge cloud of black flies lifting up off of what appears to be a very rotten corpse that is laid out on the table. And the flies just start buzzing around and filling the air above it.
This is so much worse than anything I imagined before.
I hate this town.
Just a
there any other
1,000
exit?
times worse.
Yeffy, there's the one wooden door there to your left as you come in. That seems to be the only other way out.
I'm gonna roll, and Neffy's gonna try to and shimmy that door. To open it. Get through it. Yep, that's just what you do. Yep.
Okay, roll me an agility test, Yeffy.
$14.
Okay, so you roll over to the door. You reach up to grab the knob and pull it open. And as you do so, you can feel it actually starting to twist from the other side.
Son of a bitch.
What do you do?
I'm gonna let go, and I'm gonna just get into the corner of the
Excellent.
room and make myself bucket sized.
You rush into the corner. Mina, where are you right now?
Instinct.
Halfway down the stairs. Can I
Okay.
hear the door starting to turn?
You certainly hear some rustling, and mostly what you hear is this buzzing sound. This loud buzzing coming from that. Meanwhile, upstairs, Bruno and Indigo are sitting patiently on a bench in the office.
I'm definitely rummaging about.
Page.
Yeah, I'm rummaging about and touching everything, just trying to see like how legit this office is, like taking notes about what my office should look like.
Give me an int roll, Bruno. Indigo, what are you doing?
I'm doing the same thing, but much less like intentionally. Like I'm just looking, poking,
Just looking,
skeleton.
poking. You can give me a roll as well. How'd you do, Bruno?
19.
19 for Bruno. Indigo, how's your intelligence test?
8.
8. Okay. So Indigo, you've kind of walked over to behind the desk and you're peering at the framed parchment, which you realize seems to claim that Jean Rousseau is a graduate of Quesnel University Department of Physicians in
Oh, I can't read.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it has.
It contains swirly letters.
It has. You're really just kind of enamored by the fancy embossed stamp and wax seal that's on it, and the intricate patterns. It looks very official and fancy. Bruno, you start. You look. You poke around a little bit. You notice that there is. You come around to the desk as well, and you're looking at the desk, and there's some papers on the top, and there's a couple of drawers, and you start kind of poking through those, and you got a 19, you tell me? 19?
I did, yeah.
Great. So, you notice there is a, as you pull open one of the drawers, you see there's a bunch of writing paper, but there's also a written letter in there.
Ooh.
Which I have forgotten to get ready, so bear with me real quick while I pull that up. You also discover in the back of that drawer, as I'm digging this up, is a small stoppered clay pot, which has written on the side, leeches.
Oh, leeches. Pff, barbaric.
Oh, leeches.
Gosh, I'm so glad that this isn't just a bunch of black flies over some kind of hellscape.
As Zephyr runs through the flies, Bruno just looks at the jar of leeches like, ooh. Nice. Bugs, huh?
Yeah, these are two equally terrifying situations.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah, right. I definitely whisper like, ooh, glad I didn't go down. I wish I had gone downstairs, but it's much nicer. The leeches down there.
Ooh, gross.
Here you go, Bruno. Here is the letter you have found. And I will likewise upload this to the shared space for you. This is H11. Oops, I've put it in the wrong spot. Get it into the handouts folder. There we go. Okay, so it's in the handouts folder, but actually maybe the lettering is large enough that you can just read it out on the screen here.
Oh, yeah. My dear Jean, since the night of the storm, a strange malady seems to have affected the villagers. I have noticed that many of them have turned to begging rather than continue with honest labor in the fields. I have included a little something for you to see if this will help to heal this strange disease. Marguerite von Wittgenstein. Who are they begging from if they all turn to begging?
Marguerite.
Okay.
Each other.
Weird.
Yeah, they're setting up little GoFundMes.
It seems like when I torture them, they don't seem to want to do things for me. Strange.
Bizarre.
But it seemed like the jar of leeches was what was attached to this letter? Or
No, that's just in the back of the drawer. It's just taken up. Yeah, it's just back there behind the stack of papers.
Okay. I'll pop open the jar. Just see what's in there.
Okay. You pull open the jar and pop open the stopper. So it's a good sized jar, very wide mouth. You can pop it open, and you can see there's a little liquid, and you can see a couple of dark shapes swimming around in the liquid. Roll me an intelligence test.
I think it's leeches,
14.
Bruno.
14. You see, you're like, yep, looks pretty much like leeches, and you kind of peer at it, and you see one of them kind of swim and swirl around, and you briefly see it appears to have a tiny human face.
Oh, son of a... God, slam Well, I'm going to put this jar with my collection of other horrific items here in my bag. Take that with me. Right? Just put that right next to this nightmare liquid and my mushroom with a face. There we go. Creepy leeches. Great.
Creepy leeches.
Man, Bruno's going to have a tough time getting on an airplane with this bag.
Meanwhile, back in the basement,
man.
the door swings open, Yeffy, and you see walking into the room a fairly overweight man whose face is all powdered, and his clothes, which look reasonably fancy, have little bits of the powder have kind of sprinkled about and are just kind of collected on the front of his clothes. Kind of waddles into the room, and behind him is a second figure in a kind of dirty, off-white, tattered-looking robes with a big cowl leaning over its face, so totally obscuring its face, and almost sort of you think you can see one bandaged hand, kind of leaning on a cane, coming in behind him, kind of moving frailly. The rotund man kind of just like waves his hand in the air a little bit, and then he takes out a scented handkerchief and holds it over his hand as the flies continue buzzing around, and he says, "Oh, what a nuisance!" And the other person behind him says, "Quiet. Go harvest time. Collect the leeches." Oh, yes, very well. And you see he walks over to the corpse on the table, and he starts to lift off large, bloated, squirming leeches that appear to be attached to its flesh. And he lifts one off, and it kind of like comes off with like a sucking sound, and it drips a bit of goo, and the horrible stench fills the basement. And he turns and he says, "Fetch the jar." You give us your man. Where's your big oof? And he kind of hobbles on over to the jar under the bench. "Don't know." He scans about, still kind of daintily holding the bloated form of the leech. He looks over, he sees on the corner of the bench, he reaches out, there's a small little handbell, and he starts jangling it. Ding, 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 ding. Klaus! He starts to shout.
I don't think anyone
Yeffy or Mina doing anything?
I'm making gestures like, should we kill him?
Yeah.
I can't see Yeffy's gestures because she's
Because she's invisible.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I think Mina. Well, okay. I was gonna say Mina, as soon as she starts hearing voices, will attempt to creep back up the stairs.
Very good. Very good. Okay. You make your way back up the stairs. You find yourself back in the study, and you look around. The study's empty. It's got those nice chairs and etc. and various other things. The bookcase is still kind of swung out behind you, and the door back into the office is closed.
Go to the door to the office.
Okay.
Bad news, guys.
You pull open the door. Let me just check in with Colleen here. Is Yeffy doing anything while all this is going on?
When they walked in, like Auntie whispers from over the run wall, did they leave that door open? Can I look inside where they came from?
They did leave that door open, yes.
They do something unwise.
Looking through that door, you can see actually what appears to be a long, dark tunnel.
Great. Okay, great. I'm gonna, Yeffy, I gotta figure out what these drugs are, or we're gonna die. And if we don't die, we're gonna die down here anyway. So just gotta stay on course. So she's gonna slink her body around the edge, go through the doorway, and just shuffle as quietly as she can down that dark hallway.
Nice. Oh, man.
Great.
If I could draw or write, I would be like, "Go on without me." I love
that's
you.
about the takeaway that Mina
has.
Bad news. We should have figured out a way to communicate.
Okay. Back upstairs, Mina has just stuck her head through the door, delivered the bad news to Bruno and Indigo, and as she does so, you all hear this jangling bell coming from downstairs, and a voice shouting, "Klaus! Klaus!"
What the hell is that?
Just want to check in with the team. We should murder all of these people, and then burn this house down, and then burn this village down, and then burn the castle down, is where I'm at.
So we're not going with the Caster Lieberung
What happened?
ruse to track the guy.
It seems like we don't have a lot of time.
So, as you stand in the doorway between the study and the office having this conversation, the other door to the study that leads out into the hallway opens, and you can see come shuffling in behind you, Mina, or perhaps even Bruno and Indigo have to get a better view of this. You can see the man with the big hunchback kind of come pushing open the door, look into the study, look over at the open secret passage, and Mina standing in the doorway, and he looks a little befuddled.
You there!
Who?
You there! Where is the doctor? I have been waiting for far longer than I have any right. Does he have any idea who I am? I go from that of yelling at this guy to very nervously looking at Bruno and Mina, just where is he? Where am I supposed to be? How long am I supposed to be kept waiting?
Awesome. Right. Roll me a fellowship test, Indigo.
You got it. Natural 20!
Excellent.
Oh,
23.
He basically just completely befuddle him. He's not sure. Clearly he's just stuck between what he's supposed to do and what he's supposed to see, and an authority figure yelling at him, and he just freezes up. Mina and Bruno, what would you like to do, if anything?
Oh man!
And he just kind of stands there drooling a little, and just looks.
Now, sorry, is he coming in the door that we came in to the doctor's office, or the door to the...
So as we look at this map of the first floor, you guys are in the bottom left corner room. That's the office.
Okay.
And directly above that is the study.
Right.
And he's come into the study from the other door that leads out into the long hallway towards the back of the house.
Oh man! All right. Bruno is going to run back out the door we came in, down the hallway, and shove this guy into the study from behind.
Okay, great. Let's see. Just roll me. So basically, easily enough done. You're nimble and fast. You go rushing around down the hall. You see him standing there. You go crashing into him. So just roll me a strength check because he's kind of a big guy and you're not.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
How'd you do?
5.
Five.
I think
Okay.
instead I careen off of him.
You come slamming into him, yeah, and basically just ricochet off of him and go stumbling further down the hall, and he just kind of is a little surprised and kind of looks over his shoulder in your direction. Mina, doing anything?
This plan is going so badly. She
This
turns
is how
to
the
look
plans always go.
for Yeffy and be like, right, Yeffy?
Yeah. So you're upstairs, Mina. You're in the study. Yeffy is nowhere near, as far as you can tell, not seeing or hearing Yeffy anywhere.
I think Yeffy's still down there.
Indigo, any action?
Yeah, so this secret door is kind of hanging open,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
I'll like walk into the study and point at it and say, "Is that the doctor is down there? Then I shall go meet him myself."
Okay. So at this point,
any rise out of the guy.
yeah, I mean, at this point, the guy's actually like looking over his shoulder away from you because he's looking back into the hallway where he was just bodily assaulted by a small halfling man. You already got the impression that he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, and he's definitely really not keeping up with the situation here. So you basically can do whatever the hell you want.
Great. I want to try to get him to leave then, and so I'll like look down the hallway and look back at him and say, "Very well, I'll meet the doctor down there. You go make us some tea and bring us down some." Hopefully to get him out of here.
Okay.
Wow.
Great.
Wow.
Great.
I think this plan is going great.
Because you haven't seen
Yay.
the freaking flies and the leashes and
I want to know if
Whatever
there's
Yeffy
anything special about the corpse. But, yeah.
corpse.
Okay. So, let me just double check this real quick. Okay, great. Okay, so Yeffy, I'm just gonna keep going around in a circle here. Yeffy, you've run down this long passageway. You're clearly underground. The roots stick out here and there. It's not a big space. You go rushing down there.
It's like home.
Eventually, it finally opens up into a larger room, like with like laid stonework floors and stone walls, and you can see niches carved into the wall, and you realize that you're in some kind of underground crypt, and you can see there are a lot of there are some markers and some cases where there's just niches cut in the wall with like bodies laid out. But you can also see here in a kind of open space just where this tunnel leads out, you can see a large collection of these big jars that you saw, similar to the one that was under the bench. Looks like there's about 5 or 6 of them, and there's also a small hand cart, like a wheelbarrow, sitting there. And it does look like the crypt continues back away from the tunnel that you've just emerged from.
Okay. Well, I thought this stuff was a powder.
Huh.
Was I incorrect in that assumption? Was it a liquid or a worm?
What
you delivered to Altdorf was definitely a powder.
Okay. Great. I don't see any powder. I see giant jugs. I see a wheelbarrow. Okay, great. Good times. What's in the jug, Paul?
You gotta open one of the jugs? Excellent. You grab one of the jugs. You open up the top. It's kind of got that latch, right? Chunk. Pull open the latch. Pull it open, and you can see a thick purplish sludge inside it.
This is so bad.
Great. What would Bruno do? He'd probably eat. Right? He'd probably eat it. Bruno can be smart and also really stupid. This is a tough one. Yeah.
My ears are burning.
Bruno, I'm going to jump to Bruno now. Bruno, what are you doing? You just ricocheted off the ass of this guy who's now looks like he's turned around and coming towards you.
Oh, okay. I've heard Indigo's spiel about going to make tea, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to try a different maneuver, and I'm going to try to scurry into the study behind this guy and close the door on him.
So you're just like darting between his legs, or are you running all the way? Okay. So give me an agility test. Give me an agility test.
I think I'm slightly better at this. Slightly. Oh, natural 20.
Excellent. You slide between his legs, come up in the study, slam the door shut, whoomp.
Yeah.
And
it looks cool while I do it.
And you hear just a muffled from the other side of the door. You hear just a muffled, "Hey."
I start trying to barricade this door. Just grab shit and put it in front of this door.
There's like chairs and shit, so you just start piling stuff up there, no problem.
Okay, I think the plan isn't going great, is my assessment so far.
Mina, what are you doing? Bruno's barricading a door. What are you doing, Mina?
I think we should go back downstairs. Yeah?
What's going on downstairs? Where's Yeffy? Is she here?
Downstairs! And there's a corpse. And they're taking, like, blood or something out of the corpse, and they're putting it in jars.
They're putting blood in jars? Okay, barricade the other door, and then we'll go down. Hey, I have a bunch of leeches. I wonder if that's... Oh, weird.
No.
Not good leeches. No. What's that?
No. That's what they're using. They're using leeches. Oh my god, is that the drugs?
These ones are in a jar. It's okay. They're not going to get out. They do have faces, incidentally. So, like, not leech faces. It's like person faces.
Also,
I haven't digested that yet.
The doctor and another dude is downstairs, but there's only supposed to be 3 people here. Now there's 4. Blicktrand.
I totally forgot Blicktrand was here. In fact, where is Blicktrand? You look around. Blicktrand's missing.
Oh my god, I lost my everybody.
Okay. The plan, we clearly need to switch to the violence part of the plan. Barricade the other door, and then we'll go downstairs and we'll just punch these guys or whatever.
Why don't we just barricade this door?
Drop the sword.
Look, because there are 2 doors. Oh, barricade the secret door. We need to get back out of the secret door.
Just let us go. All the people are downstairs anyway. Upstairs is only the old lady and the stupid guy.
Yeah, but they could cause trouble. You don't know. You know, stupid people cause lots of trouble.
All right, Mina will go and barricade the other door.
Yeah, see how much time we're arguing about it. Yeah.
All right, so Mina begins piling furniture in front of the other door. Indigo, what are you doing?
I'm gonna head down the secret staircase.
Okay, excellent. You head down the stairs. You come down the stairs, and you come around the corner in the cellar there, and looking into the room, you smell this kind of foul, rotten smell. You see the table, and there's flies buzzing all over the place. You can see there's this kind of hunched, bandaged, cloaked, cowled figure holding a large jar, and you can see a overweight, well-dressed, but like just kind of gross gentleman with a very powdered face and bits of powder kind of clinging to his clothes, who's holding what appears to be a huge black slug that he is squeezing as some kind of purplish goo just oozes from this big slug-like thing that he's squeezing into the jar. And he looks over his shoulder at you and he says, "Oh, Klaus, finally... Wait a minute."
Dr. Rousseau, I presume.
Nice.
Who the bloody hell are you?
I think Indigo's gonna still try and go for the caster lever
Oh
bit.
my god.
So he's gonna pull out a handkerchief from his pocket and just hold it up to his nose because he's seen rich people do that.
Yes.
And he says, "Oh, God, disgusting. My name is Caster Lieberung. I hope to speak with you."
At this point, the guy holding the jar just kind of drops the jar, and it hits the ground with a thud, and kind of tips over and starts oozing this thick purplish goo. And the bandaged robed figure says, "No, they steal from us too much. Just kill!" And it reaches over onto the table to grab a little pot, and you can see as it does so, its cowl points back, and you can see a snout and whiskers emerging from the front of its cowl, and it reaches over to grab a little pot off of the bench.
Steven!
Yeffy, what are you doing?
She's got the wheelbarrow and the jar, and she's trucking back down the hallway.
Excellent.
Oh
Excellent.
my god.
So there was like 5 or 6 jars back there. You could probably fit a good 4 of them in the wheelbarrow if you wanted to. How many did you chuck in there?
Well,
Yeah, okay, so you filled it up, and you're coming running down the passageway. As the Indigo, you see as the creature's reaching over to the bench, the door bangs open, and a wheelbarrow, just a wheelbarrow full of jars comes crashing into the room.
I'm gonna push it into the room gently.
Yeah.
I'm going to take out my sword because they're going to know something's up. And I'm going to see what happens and get ready.
Great. Yeah, the wheelbarrow comes crashing into the room. Sends the one jug that's on the ground spinning, and it just starts spewing purplish goo all over the place. And the physician, Dr. Rousseau, you assume, leaps back out of the way of this whole chaos happening behind him. Leaps back out of the way up against a wall. What is happening? Bruno, what are you doing?
Alright, with the doors barred, I guess I just pull out my daggers and go running downstairs.
Excellent. You come rushing down the stairs, and you can see all this madness unfolding before you.
What? It's the... What? Ratmen? Mythological Ratmen! Can I act?
What would you like to do?
I want to attack the horrible mythological Ratman.
Okay, great. Yeah, you can give me an attack roll. I'll take it.
Oh, I go charging right up to him.
Yeah,
give him the stab here. I don't remember what I add to this anymore. At 12?
12. 12 is unfortunately a miss. It dodges out of the way.
All right,
And you can see its cowl goes pushing further back, and you can see long rat snout and beady red eyes. But you can also see its fur is mottled, and you think you can see like some maggots moving around its flesh.
Oh. Yeah, all right, I'm going to be unwise and just hit him, try to attack him again with the other dagger. I should really take the bonus AC, but screw it. Okay, that's a 20.
That is a hit.
For a solid 2 points of damage.
Very good. You cut him. You cut him, and he hisses, and you cut through some of the bandage on his forearm, and just as his blood is like a thick, goopy, dark blood.
Man. Kill the rat man.
Mina, what are you doing?
Mina will also run down the stairs.
Excellent.
Be presented with the situation.
Yeah. Yes.
Just in horror. This is the worst town. And follow Bruno's lead and throw 2 magic missiles at the rat man.
Okay. Very good.
This town sucks. Hate this town. That is a 6. So there's work.
Yeah.
2d6 plus 1. So that's 5 and a 1, 6, 7, 8. 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage.
Nice.
Blast 2 magical bolts go crashing into the ratman, exploding on his chest, and it goes sort of stumbling backwards. Bits of its robe and its bandages are seared and burning away, but it still seems to cling to life, and it hisses at you.
Gross.
Indigo, what are you doing?
I'm gonna walk over and stab the rat man, but as I cross, I want to point with my offhand at Dr. Rousseau, and I'll say, "Don't go anywhere!" And I stab him.
Excellent. Go ahead, give me an attack roll.
I'm adding 5 to this. Ooh, 18.
That is a hit.
For 4 points of damage.
Nice.
Jeez. All right. With the mighty sword blow striking the rat man, he crumples in a heap and drops dead to the ground before you.
Nice.
Even.
Screw that guy.
Yeah.
Yeffy, what are you doing?
Well, now that the rat's dead, yay!
Yeah.
Yeffy's just going to go further in the room and make sure that the large, portly doctor does not escape the room.
Okay.
So I'm just waiting. She's just going to hold her actions to see if he runs, and then she'll trip him if he tries to flee.
Okay. What's he gonna do? Okay. He holds up his hands and he says, "Please don't kill me."
Well, we'll see about that. Right? What, Rousseau? What's going on here? That was a mythological rat man.
Yes, it's true. The Skaven.
Skaven don't exist.
Oh, they exist.
This one exists.
They have been extorting me for some time. There are more of them. They'll be back.
What?
Where are they coming from?
I don't. Deep underground. Wait, who said that?
Yeah.
Don't worry about who said that.
Yeah.
I said that again. I'm a powerful wizard.
Yeah. Are the Skaven helping you make this rot gut?
No. Well, no. Yes, sort of.
That was all the answers you
That
could
was
have
all
given
the
to the question.
I mean, they've changed the recipe. I don't know what it does anymore. I don't know what to do.
Whoa, hey,
He starts sobbing, and tracks run down his cheeks as the tears dig furrows into the thick layers of powder on his face.
Okay, I make no makeup. All right, put that one in there.
You notice that the flies are starting to settle back onto the corpse, and as you look at the corpse there on the table, you can see that there are still a couple of large. They look like the leeches you have in your jar, Bruno, but they're 5 times as big, still attached to it. And oddly, you notice the other strange thing about this corpse is, while it looks to be human, it does have 4 arms.
Are you making drugs out of mutated people who are mutated because of the drugs you gave them?
Yes!
Wow.
This is the worst town
That's quite bad.
in the world.
Wait, did the Skaven want you to do that?
Yes! They worship a foul, evil god that wishes nothing but to spread disease across the empire.
Oh, man. That's a terrible god.
It is!
Do the Wittgensteins know anything about this?
I hope not, but I can't be sure. Marguerite gave me the original recipe. I thought it would save the people. I'm sure she doesn't know. They've changed the recipe, don't you see? It's different. It's not the pure anymore. It's this. And he just kind of gestures to the ground.
For like our own
so many questions, yeah.
What?
Can we have the original recipe just for like our own notes, on the case?
It's written in my notes upstairs in the study.
So,
oh, great. So it used to just be a regular drug to what? Try to give them more energy or something?
I don't know. I'm not a real doctor at all.
Damn it.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Damn it. You can't be running around telling people you're a doctor when you're not one. That's like the worst thing you've done.
Irresponsible.
That is irresponsible. That's wrong. That the guild
Definitely
will
not the
not
worst thing you've done.
approve of that. It's maybe the second worst thing. Oh man!
He kind of slumps onto his butt, and he's just like heaving, sobbing.
So how long have the Skaven been changing the recipe? When did Margaret give you the original recipe?
Couple of.
All right, I
can
gently
answer that
pat him
one.
on the back.
That's an easy question.
There.
Don't baby
Let's
this
maybe
guy.
continue this conversation upstairs where there isn't several courses.
I think.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like the skate. Okay, all right, fine. We can go upstairs. We may have confused your servant.
Okay, you with some care, you manage to eventually escort the sobbing doctor back upstairs to the study, where you set him on one of the chairs, and he begins to compose himself. And you hear, as you come up into the study, you can hear the voice of the old woman coming from the doorway. Master, what's going on? Is everything all right?
It's fine. Oh, let's tell her it's fine.
Yes, yeah, it's fine. It's everything's all right. All right. Klaus keeps blubbering on about tea. Yes, make some tea. No, don't make any tea. I don't want any tea. Just leave me alone. All right, master.
Oh man.
He's kind of now laid out on a fainting couch, and he's still clearly quite flush, and like the streaks of tears have washed away much of the powder on his face, and you realize now that he also does not smell good. He has got a very strong BO odor about him.
Oh, that can't
I'll pour us all and this guy a drink from his bar cart.
Ah, excellent! You hand him a drink. He
I
happily takes
I
it.
make sure that I hold one out, like, and just swing it about until Yeffy grabs it.
Yeah, thanks.
Then there's like a tense moment where you're like, do you have it? Do you have it? Okay.
I want to go through his papers where he
Excellent.
told me his stuff was earlier, because I'm thinking that we're not going to be able to bring drugs back, and I would like to bring the recipe back at least to keep us from not dying.
Great. You start sifting
It is very
through.
focused on not dying
Yeah.
on this drug adventure. It is her personal ambition.
Okay.
Survive the adventure. Man. So it sounds like the townspeople were being infected by the Skaven before this guy even got involved.
So you dig through, Mina, you dig through his stuff, and you do find some notes, a variety of notes there. I will plop this one up as well. This is H12 notes in your folder. I will read it for you since it is a bit difficult. It says, and there's more notes, and you do find something that looks vaguely like a recipe, Mina. But the interesting thing about the recipe, beyond generally kind of normalish seeming things, alcohol, juniper, seems to be a fair amount of juniper juice. There's a line that just says dust. Since adding the dust to the cure-all, the patients have shown new signs of life and energy. The lethargy which affected them previously has ended. A few patients have since died, but I believe it to be having a beneficial effect on the others, particularly the more advanced cases. The initial problem seems to have dissipated, but I fear that the worst will befall should I stop supplying them with treatment.
Cool. Hate to ask, what's the dust?
It's... Marguerite sent it. I don't know. She's studied under magicians. I assume it is something of magical nature.
So that wasn't what the Skaven added.
Well, they very much wanted the dust. They wanted me to get them to the source of the dust, and I think they know that it came from Marguerite. I tried to withhold it. I tried very hard.
What's the purple stuff then?
So Mina, continuing to poke through. I got one more for you here. Digging through his desk. You also find. Oops. Let's get this right. There we go. This letter in amongst his notes. My dearest M, the dust you gave me seems to have worked wonders on the villagers. My previous concoctions alleviated their suffering, but your miracle dust is imbuing great life into them. I marvel at your abilities in the field of medicine and look forward to you visiting me again. I hope that next time our conversation will not be so abruptly curtailed, and you can share a nightcap with a fellow practitioner. Indeed, my life seems dull without your presence, and my lips still glow with the warmth of your hand. If you could only find in your heart to visit me again soon... And that seems to be... He seems to have left off writing there.
This guy's simping here.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess he probably didn't send that, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, maybe we should just seal this one up. Maybe send it away. Send it on its way. That seems fair.
All right, Mr. Rousseau.
No.
Herr Rousseau. Why did you start pretending to be a doctor? What happened here? Start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, the beginning. Well, yes. I was selling my cure-all in Bretonia, but it was difficult for some of the astute realized there was no such place as Keneal University, and so I came to the Empire to sell my wares, and I eventually discovered this little village, so out of the way it seemed a good place to experiment with my recipes, and I found some efficacious concoctions were working, and this was several years ago that I came here. That's the night of the great storm, I recall. When this is the night that Marguerite visited me the first time. Oh, it was magical.
Oh,
She's so dainty and yet so forceful. So sure of herself, well, yes. Well, that's the same night that the priest unfortunately died, and so more of the villagers came to need my aid. And then Marguerite sent me the dust, and I incorporated that into the recipe, and it seemed to help, but also I wanted to experiment with it more, but then one night when I was working in my workspace, those creatures came in. there's the Ratmen, the Skaven. And they came through the tunnel that leads to the graveyard.
Okay, that's scary.
Yes.
You have a tunnel that leads to a graveyard. That's cool.
Yes, well, you know, it's convenient if one needs to study anatomy.
It's convenient. Yeah.
Yes, well, they came and
Difficult.
Encourage him.
they
I'm commiserating.
I thought they were going to kill me just to steal the dust, but they were very insistent on knowing where it came from. And then they started digging through my notes, and they thought there was... They found my leeches, and they found that by adding the dust into the water of the leeches that they changed, and they were able to extract the medicine, the new medicine from the corpse that I had laid out. And they came out with this process, and they insisted I continue it, and I continue to study its effects, and that they said that they would allow me to continue this work, and they would not invade Marguerite, and they would not go after the dust as long as I continued the work. But I think they grow impatient. I think they're worried that the results are too slow in coming, and they want the dust above all else. And I'm running short on supply.
Of course you are.
That's unfortunate for us too.
I was hoping
And how
Marguerite
long-
would come soon.
How long have you been doing this, Steven?
A few months now, I suppose.
How did the not the powder version of this get out into the Empire?
What? What do you mean out
No,
into
no,
the
no, no,
Empire?
no, no, Bruno, no, Bruno, Bruno, no,
didn't-
no, 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 no. Bruno, come here,
That's
come here to the corner. This is the corner, Bruno. Let's sum up for you. Let me sum up.
What?
Let me sum up.
Bruno's quickly hustled into a corner by Mina and Yeffy.
My mind routine is getting really good.
The rap
What?
drug that we're looking for is the dust. Marguerite has the dust. He's been using the
That
dust.
Blichtern
He
had
made
to steal it to give.
he made the
to
weird.
Sergei. Ah.
Oh, Blichtern
You mean-
split. I stole it, and he doesn't know. Oh, I see. So the dust is just out on its own. That's on the road.
I think sure.
So
We still have to go to the
right
stupid
side-
castle.
So on the bright side, the drug that we'd be sneaking in to the wider empire is not corpse blood, so that's good.
Okay,
That's a
on the con list though, if you give it to leeches, they grow people faces.
Yeah, that's
Which-
a con. That is a con.
I guess maybe if you're not a leech and you already have a person face, maybe it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Quick question. The sheep with two heads, was that a pre-purple thing situation or a post? Like, was that a dust thing or was that a Skaven cure-all thing?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, all the mutations that are
mutation.
happening.
I don't. That has been happening since before I arrived. That is what I came to cure.
Yes.
Oh. So it's only been getting worse.
Yes.
Well, remember what's in the castle, everyone. Everyone remember what's in the
Right.
castle?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Now we know where the sheep
Yep.
came from. We're good. We're all caught up.
Yes.
How many
why
rats
would-
are there? Where are the rats coming from, and why the hell are they here? And we killed two of them in a completely different place, who are also very like, yeah, they're going to steal from us, who also wanted the thing. That's
They
in
wanted the
castle.
same thing. That's right. Hey,
So
maybe
yeah,
if we
They
just
must have
wait
figured
long
out.
enough, the rats and the von Wittgensteins will just kind of take care of each other, right?
That's a great point, Bruno. Why fight
We
both
don't
of
have
them if we
to
can fight none of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. So the dust. Why even come out with the dust if they're already like? Did Marguerite want extra mutations?
Listen,
I think
all the people we've ever met are been bad people. We haven't met one good person.
No, there
Or at least
was.
I haven't since I met you.
There was. Wolfram, the witch hunter. He was all right. Orlok,
all right.
he's
I
been
thought you
up
were
and down.
Yeah,
It's pretty sad we now consider Warlock not that bad of a guy.
Orlok, really, relatively speaking, Orlok not that bad.
Yeah, no, in the general scheme of things, I haven't met him, but I also have not heard about him,
he hasn't given leeches faces or anything, yeah.
Yeah,
So here's my question. Here's my question. Where are the rest of the rats here?
Yeah.
Do we exterminate them and figure out what's going on there? Do we actually get the thing we came for, which means we gotta go to the castle?
Yeah.
To do that. I kind of feel like maybe instead of delivering actual rope, maybe we deliver some of Rousseau's cure-all without the, mutation gene in it.
That's a great idea.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Indigo.
Great.
Wow.
What?
Because then it's
Does he
just a
have
normal drug, and not a horrible mutation drug.
Yeah.
But it doesn't do any. Wait, it's not a normal. Does it do drug stuff if it hasn't got the dust in it, though?
Oh, that doesn't matter, Steve, because people think it does drug stuff. It's called the placebo effect, after Dr. Placebo.
Okay.
If you think it's a drug, it'll still work.
So we're going to take this recipe, we're going to erase the part where it says dust, and then we're going to give that to Frank or Sergey, and be like, Frank, and then say, like, we couldn't get the drug, but we have the recipe, now you can make as much as you want, and then never go back to Aldorf ever again.
They have really good sausages.
They do have really good sausages.
I think that might be actually not the top of the list of ways we're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think
that's true. I'm feeling castle is number one. Oh,
yeah.
I will say, last week, when Yeffy, you were in the inn, and Bruno, you were like really involved in the meat, Indigo and I did have a fun conversation about how we should maybe destroy the thing that's in the castle instead of trying to sell it, because it seems to be real bad.
I'm going to pause this for a second. I'm going to pause this for a second. To get you back on track with where we were coming from before you start demolishing any of Bruno or my plans. And we need to go. We can take the recipe directly to Sergey right now and see if that's going to be good enough, right? Because we might show that to him and he'll be like, nah. So I think that's a good idea. Also, maybe portly dusty guy over here, Dr. Dust, has the rest of the dust, and he, can give that to us. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna go. The door swings open, and Yeffy's gonna go down a hall, Paul, and she's just gonna see if there's anything valuable in the house.
Nice.
Just making your way through the house, looking for valuables, huh?
I support you.
This is where I've come.
Gotta do something with this. Hey, what happened to Blicktree?
She's still there.
Has anyone seen Blicktree?
What?
Yeah, she's been missing for a while now.
Okay. Slightly worried about that. So, two other small kerfluffles I've noticed. There are apparently a bunch of Skaven, and they're going to notice that we just murdered one of their dudes. And if that Marguerite actually comes back here, that's also going to be bad.
We're going to siege the castle before any of that happens.
The castle filled with the chaos magic, also being sieged by evil mutant rat men at the same time. That's going to be a good time. That's going to be fun.
What if we went to find the rat men and had them join our siege?
What? Work with the Skaven?
Well, they're famously, one, not real, two, evil.
They steal children from Empire homes in the middle of the night to do dark experiments on them. Turn them into a Skaven of their own.
Yeah.
I heard they can fly and they spit fire out of their nostrils.
Okay, that's a lot of different stories, but
I'm just saying, like Bruno was saying earlier, turn them against each other. Then we could just slip in the chaos. They're both evil.
Okay.
Let's kill each other.
We've got the one dead Skaven down there. What if one of us put on the rags and the hood and pretended to be the Skaven? And we do a little, sleeper cell kind of, spycraft.
Hey, Bruno, pretend to be a giant rat man for me. Right now.
Yeah. Oh, man thing.
And you don't have a giant rat face. And you don't talk like a Skaven.
Just I grab my glass and I put it up to my mouth. See? Check that out.
Can't argue with that.
Mutation. It's good. It's good.
Well, I don't want to fight both.
We don't have to fight both. We fight the Wittgensteins, and then we're out of here before the Skaven show up.
Very quickly here, Yeffy, as you make your way invisibly through the house, you find in the kitchens on the first floor are the old woman and the other servant sitting at a table. She seems to have made some tea for them, and they're sitting there having some tea and appear to be disconsolately consulting what's going on with the master and why he's so depressed these days and what they should do about it. It's a pretty unexciting conversation, considering that she can barely hear and he's a dimwit. So you make your way through the rest of the house. In the upstairs, there are 3 bedrooms, which you take to be the 2 servants' rooms, as well as the doctor's room. You do find a container of a salve, a white salve, and a large pot of powder, which is clearly what he's been putting all over his face. You do find eventually, actually in the study itself, in another drawer of the desk, you find a small lockbox, which gives a satisfying noise when you shake it.
There's like 7 pennies in here. I'm gonna open it.
Excellent. You go ahead and roll me your lock picking. Your
sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Yeah.
16.
Okay. It clicks open, and you find within it 34 crowns, 20 shillings, and a signet ring that seems to have the von Wittgenstein crest on it.
I will take that ring. I will leave him 2 crowns because I'm generous.
Excellent. All
this
right.
guy was doing terrible drug magic in the basement, and that's not
yeah.
cool. So I'm taking this.
Great.
Ooh, von Wittgenstein, this is nice. Much better than the Downton Abbey episode we were just watching in the other room with tea. I mean, come on. For anything that might be the remainder of the dust? Anything?
You don't find that. Not in the search of the house. The Dr. Rousseaux at this point has fallen asleep on the fainting couch. He's gently snoring.
All right, I gotta ask him about the castle.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going in there. I gotta. Yeah. Hey.
Oh, what? Oh,
We're not done with you yet.
what is it? What do you want? What else?
What can you tell us about the Wittgensteins?
What can I say about the Wittgensteins? They are a noble family who oversee this lands with great beneficence, and they are ruled by the most lovely of ladies, Marguerite. Oh, her skin is like freshly fallen snow. What?
Marguerite?
Jesus Christ, man.
Have you met anyone besides Marguerite?
No. The others don't visit the village.
Oh, you've never visited the castle?
Oh, I have never benefited from so honorable a stature as to be invited to the castle.
What's the deal with their guards? Why are they so weird? The knights that come from the castle.
I don't know. What do you mean? Because they never take their armor off? It's a bit odd, I suppose, but...
That may smell like death.
Do they? I can't say. I've only ever noticed the sweet rose water smell of my lady as she approaches.
Gross.
Can't
do you
say
have
I've...
baths here?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you have baths here? Like
Baths?
Baths? Do you do baths?
No. I'm perhaps at the castle they have such luxuries, but I do not have one here, no.
Alright, well, that explains that. My guess is all the guards are wearing that because they're covered in scales or something.
Yeah. Probably like
Cows and
scabby
eyeballs,
corpse
green
monsters.
faces.
Maybe they're
I don't know,
beastmen.
maybe they're beastmen.
No.
Oh god, I hope they're not beastmen.
That evil mutant beastmen can't be walking about society.
They were in the forest.
Yeah, that's where they live. You know, they're like pig people. They can't be just wearing clothes, just out and about. That's ridiculous.
If they put like a helmet on, you know.
No, a pig-sized helmet. No.
Not really.
I'm
Anybody
feeling
know?
good, everybody. I'm feeling good. Are we gonna raid the castle now?
Oh, Yeffy's back. Ugh.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I'm feeling pretty bad, honestly.
Where's the rest of your duck?
What about a duck?
The rest of your dust, where is it?
Oh, it was on the bench downstairs.
Downstairs.
In that jar that the rat man tried to grab.
Yeah, that was a bunch of goo.
Yeah, it was. Yes, he was. Yes.
All right.
Man.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, Mina's gonna go downstairs and pick it up.
What, where did that tunnel go, Yeffy?
Oh, it went to the crypts. Yeah, it's like a whole underground mausoleum. Lots of lines of stone with bodies. We should probably get out of here and go talk to Sergey. I'm just,
Are those crypts near the castle? Do those crypts lead to the castle?
Are you asking the doctor?
So,
yeah. Oh no, they're under the old temple of Sigmar.
Oh, okay, that's good. I was afraid we were gonna have to go there. Wait, is that where the Skaven are? Is that where they always come from?
Yes, I think there might be tunnels under there that they have dug their way up from wherever it is they live, deep under the earth.
That's all right. Don't tell anyone about this. Forget these faces.
Yeah.
We'll tell Marguerite that you were going to rat her out to the Skaven.
What? No, don't do that. Please, no. I promised. I've never seen you before in my life.
What I thought.
But what about when the Skaven return?
Oh, you might want to get out of here, just in general.
Yeah.
I can't
Probably
leave my lady.
Oh, you can leave your lady.
Yeah.
There are lots of great women elsewhere in the Empire. You'll find
Many
someone.
of them not evil.
Many of them. You'll find someone. Oh, it's so sad.
You can see he's starting to tear up.
No, it's not, you know what? Do whatever you want. Get out of here. This is terrible.
Did Marguerite look at him in the eyes or something? Like some kind of weird now he likes her? Because I can empathize with that.
Okay.
She could have been mind controlled him.
Go.
Yeah.
Let's go talk to Sergey.
All right.
Yeah,
So
let's
you.
go to the popsicle stand. Did I grab Did I get the dust? I went downstairs.
Oh yes, you head downstairs. You look over the body of the Skaven. and it's pretty foul. Not only cut and beaten up, but definitely looks more rotten than it should be. And you can see little bits of movement as worms are making their way through its body. But you see, clutched in its claw, indeed, is a very small jar. And you pick it up, and you're like, I guess this is it. Do you look inside?
Hold my breath, and I look inside, yes. I don't want to accidentally inhale any of it.
You slowly unscrew the top, and you can see this strange bluish dust that seems to almost lift up into the air and start to swirl about.
No, I close it.
Roll me an agility test, Mina.
Oh, man.
All right. I thought I wasn't going to have to use my D20 at all. That's a 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
you slam the lid down, but little bits of bluish dust kind of escape and puff out and swirl about. And you can see, Mina, to your horror, that it starts to swirl in the room, and the flies start to buzz, and you can see them start to spark as if like the little particles meeting the flies start to spark and grow, and the flies suddenly grow to enormous size.
No, Mina's running up the stairs.
Mina's running up the stairs.
No, we gotta get out.
You hear this horrible buzzing sound from the cellars.
Were there a bunch of bees there? What?
I made it worse. We gotta go. Oh, God.
You go, the four of you go rushing from the doctor's house, and you can hear crashes from within, horrible buzzing, huge, you think you see some huge bulbous flies start to crawl up out of the windows and over onto the building itself, starting to crawl around it as you go racing back to the inn. And that's where we'll end.
Oh,
For tonight.
no. Oh, man.
This is the shit we're gonna bring to Altdorf? No, thank you.
This town is terrible. Look, I mean, they had an evil mutated drug, and a bunch of Skaven came to make it even more evil. Like, why would you even do that? Doesn't even seem that seems a little much, right? It was already doing what they wanted.
I feel like they made it less evil. They diluted it.
Right? Man, I mean, they did add chaos blood or whatever to it, but jeez. You'd think you got an infestation of evil drug. You'd think that would be enough, you know? Man.
Not for the Skaven.
No.
So you go to try to buy some crack, and it's just you get cursed by the devil at the same time. You know? Like, what are the chances? Uh-oh, it's evil crack.
You're just trying to buy some party drugs, man.
Yeah, right.
From bad to worse.
Yeah.
Well, let's just admit LSD or something, guys.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. And I hope you enjoyed season 2 of 10 Dead Rats. And please, we'll be away for a couple of weeks, but hopefully when we return, we'll find out what is going on at the castle. Where did Blicktrand disappear to? What will become of the horrible giant chaos flies that are now infesting the village? And will the party be able to figure out any way to make something good out of the horrible mess they find themselves in?
No.
Yeah,
we need some money.
Excellent. See you all next season, everyone. Good night.